Hello everyone. So we are currently en route to the Motorsports Car and Trade Show in Oaks, Pennsylvania. If you've been here for a while, every year we head over there. It's a 2-day show. So we are going to go walk around, see what's happening, see what's new, see what everyone's been up to in the off season, and we're gonna share that with you. And I would highly suggest sticking around till the very end for the biggest news yet. What could it be? Alright, hang on. So it's quick time is 22.14.
That's a team though.
It's a team.
That's a team. We're gonna let him do it by himself for fun.
Alright, let's see what you got, babe.
How do I do it? Just hit
Go ahead, we'll turn it on for you. Right?
He did say he needs his own gun, but don't forget to show the driver the tire. Oh, he's gonna check you. All right, 30 seconds.
Well, I didn't know it was set on 2.
One loose.
Is there? Oh, man.
You're fired.
I lost.
This guy's car looks familiar, nice and pretty. Whole production over here. So I'm in the Bridgeport booth, and by the time you guys see this, obviously the show's gonna be over. But Scott Phillips does the most freaking phenomenal books. He does books and he does metal signs. I'm gonna show it to you, but they're for sale in the booth, but that's not gonna do you guys any good. By the time you see this video, he has them. You can either get them, you can purchase them through him on Facebook, Scott Phillip, or anyone that goes to Bridgeport. He has, well, not him necessarily, but Bridgeport has like a kind of like a booth per se underneath the grandstands. And if you want to get, I believe he's got 2023 and 2024 edition, and I mean, phenomenal. He does, believe he covers both Bridgeport and Action Track. So anyone at Bridgeport, anyone at Action Track, I'm sure you're probably in this. And if you maybe like want your own books or personal footage, I would totally reach out to him, because this guy's got like a really good eye. Oh, BB's made too? Yeah.
What are you guys doing?
So for the 2025 season, of all the things that we got going on, we're busy all the time, trying to keep all our customers good, ready to go racing. We had to bring in some new parts for our customers to be in front of the product line. So we have our Platinum Reserve Series. We got a 7075 billet torque tube. This actually starts with a solid round piece of material. We gun drill and fully machine. We sculpt around for our finished bolt holes. At the end of the day, we end up with a very, very rigid, sturdy piece that gives the least amount of deflection and flex out of all the torque tubes on the market. With that being said, we have them. When you're ready, give us a call. We can get them out the door. A new spacer kit available for all of our racers. Everything is laser etched to keep, you don't need a tape measure to be able to see what you're changing. You go from inside to outside the wheel and not ever have to go to the jack that has 900 spacers on it. So that'll definitely help the crew guys do a better job on keeping things clean. As the year progresses, we are going to have billet torsion arms. We're going to have different flavors for different people with the way that things are going. We're going to have slick track stuff, high speed stuff, billet pitman arms to get deflection and flex out of our steering components. That is a big thing, a new trend. A lot of the drivers are complaining, and this is the one way to help. With everything else going on, the rear end stuff is good. Our XR4s are coming along nicely. Also with our CT2 program, axles and parts and components keeps us everybody at the front of the line with 0 failures. Thanks for hanging out. That's what we got.
And now it's time for the final few awards. A big thank you to Apple for our partnership and thank
Hey.
Hi, my name is Brandon Plank with Dig Race Products. We're here at the Motorsports Expo. Really good turnout of people here. I would say that the big talk of the show so far is the rule changes at Big Diamond and Grandview going to the right side panhard bar. Been a lot of questions about shock changes, the allowable things you can do with the chassis, which is exciting. It's going to be cool to kind of see how these new places race, or the new packages race. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to get a hold of us and see if we can help you out.
They're as committed, they're as big a heroes, and they do the same things. That goes back to that Rolex versus Timex. We're all the same people. They just don't get, you just don't get to read about them or see them on national television. But this is the group of type of people that I was lucky enough to be around early in my career.
Gil, let's get a microphone over to Gil. You talked about,
and this is again something that Roger Penske taught me and to pay attention to. He said the guys that are champions, these guys that win a lot, they look out of a bigger windshield than regular drivers. They see more detail, they process more, and all of these guys were like that. You speak to everyone. Charlie, incredible mechanic. A lot of Charlie built his own cars, did all that stuff. Really understand the car. Gil, super tactician when it came to tires and detail and race strategy. Gil, you'd be out there running. You're going down the straightaway thinking about how you're going to pass that guy. Bill would be 2-3 laps. Gil would be 2 or 3 laps ahead with the whole thing. And Billy and I stayed friends, but Billy used to call me 2-3 times a week, and I'd be down in North Carolina, but we would talk shocks, we would talk tires, we would talk aerodynamics, and Billy'd be winning 50 races a year, trying to figure out how to make his car better, right? I'd be like, Jesus, what do you want to win 100? But he's like, well, yeah, so we talk all the time. And then, as I said, Lenny, very technical. Lenny's an airplane mechanic and pilot, and runs an airport. And the detail with that, you don't get many chances when your airplane breaks up in the sky. So Lenny's preparation. So you learn from the guys. And Jerry, I'll tell you, Jerry and I drank a few beers, and we had a lot of fun. But when I needed some rides to keep me going, whatever, Jerry and his dad let me drive Jerry's car. And Jerry is the guy that probably taught me, you don't have to be on the chip all the time. Sometimes you can relax and just enjoy whatever, So as I said, that all of these guys are champions, and they all set an example for me early in my career that I've continued to use. And that's the neat part about coming back here is I just want people to realize how the stars aren't the guys that are on TV making a gazillion dollars, right? And when I'm not bashing those guys, that it ain't about flying in jet planes and helicopters. It ain't about, lawsuits and contracts. They're the heroes, the people that can build your DNA and really build that foundation racing. They're running around your local racetracks, and they're the guys that are winning. And they're not winning just because they got a better car.
Hey, welcome in. We're at the Motorsports Race Car and Trade Show. I'm Ryan Boudreau, and we're showcasing a little bit of what Spring Rhythm can do for you guys. So as you can see, we've got an iPad stand here. Our main Main thing that we're working with today is a spring smasher on your phone. So many people see the much larger spring smashers that are being used to dial in your setups on your big black modifieds, anything that kind of setups with a coilover spring. And we've got a program here that can just help you out, save a lot more time on the spring smasher, and show you exactly where you want to put your coilover nuts to hit your desired loads. So we can go into a little bit of details here. So you don't actually need a spring smasher to use the app. You can see here at the top, you've got your desired inputs that you want. So you want to hit your install load at a certain center. And then here you can see you can also input the springs that you want. So this can be done independently without a spring smasher. And the outputs here are at the bottom, and it'll tell you exactly where to set your coilover nuts to hit the loads that you've entered here on the top. An added bonus to the app is not only do we tell you exactly where to set your coilover nuts to get those desired loads, we've also got the capabilities at the top here. We've got a chart that can show you infinite data points on where your travel is and what that load is at the travel. And then we've also got capabilities to look at it on a graph. So depending on what you want to see, whether it be data on a chart versus a graph, you can see all those things in the app Spring Rhythm.
Thank you. Hey, I'll see you in the Q&A later.
That's it.
Hey guys, we're here at the Motorsports Show in Philly. We're standing in front of our modified design specific Intech trailer with Mike Mahaney. Obviously you guys know Mike, this is your channel. So we're just going to talk a little bit about the process that me and Mike went through to lay at this trailer to make his night and the rest of our customers' night at the track easier to go racing.
Yeah, so why don't we step inside the trailer and we'll talk some more about that. What do you want to start with? Front, the back?
Yeah, so I guess just overall, we got a 42-foot gooseneck, 9.5 interior height.
So with those dimensions, what we're looking at is a trailer that has enough length to fit the entire car, your pit cart, and all of the equipment that you need to go racing, along with enough height so that you can get the tire racks up above your head so you're not hitting your head on them. And the tires are mounted above the car so you don't have to disassemble anything off of the car to get the car in the trailer. Everything loads and unloads quickly and easily, efficiently.
Yeah, that was the main goal, because obviously all of our sprint car teams, Mike was a little jealous how quick we get to load up and go home. So that was the goal, to get the car in without no loading tire, no taking panels off or anything, no rub rails off. And with the height, you don't lose any storage in the cabinets by putting extra tire racks in. So you want to start at the back and go forward, or front to back? Or?
Yeah, so one thing we can look at is the winch here. Wireless remote control, fabric cable so you don't cut your hands on it. Nice pulley, sets up quickly. And here, pull the car in and out, then take it down, put it away, and then you're not tripping over it. Keeps the cable short right in front of the car, and you can roll right over it with the pit cart when it's stowed away.
Perfect spot for the car. Tie down specific for the dirt modified. You can tie your bumpers down, or you can tie the right rear and the left front down so the car doesn't move going down the road.
We put a lot of time into getting the measurements correct so that a tie down goes over the left front tire, over the right rear tire, and I've pulled the car in and out multiple times and it lands right in the right spot, and the tie downs line up perfectly, so you're not having to have your guys figure out where does this strap go. It's very easy and simple.
So obviously this trailer is a little bit different than Mike's. It doesn't have some of the amenities like the rear privacy doors, AC, the generator package, but everything structurally and position-wise is the same. So it'll make your night super easy, loading, unloading, carrying all your gear, your toolbox. If you have a quad, you get everything in and out really easy. I think a really popular thing is just having the wide door to get in, leaving your Nerf bars on, and then the pit lights out back, I mean, they work
Yep.
great, right? To
Air hose reel. We got lights in the back, speakers. It's got sound throughout the whole thing, so you can play your music. You can have the music just inside instead of outside too, if you don't want all your neighbors having to listen to it. Or you can have both. Makes it fun for working out of the trailer at home or at the car wash or wherever you are.
So then, I guess storage options. You have all the wheel well cabinets. You hang anything you need. There's adjustable shelves inside. Super easy open and close cabinets. You know, the old style latches that used to have the flip back that things get stuck behind it. Those days are gone. Super easy to open and close. Another closet here for driver closet. A couple helmets, suits, everybody else's jackets or sweatshirts or whatever. The roll-up door for the Spring Smasher is a super popular deal. Keep your Spring Smasher and everything concealed, and then when you're ready to get to work, you just pop it open and there's no door in your way to get your Spring Smasher set up. So tool drawers, just extra storage. A big cabinet could be for an engine or for if you have t-shirt boxes or whatever. Big open space down there. Plenty of workbench space. Your air compressor control switch is right here. So air compressor is mounted outside the trailer. Don't need to mess with it. Out of the way. Don't hear it running very loudly. And then, of course, fuel can space or backpacks.
This is a cabinet that's added that's not in my trailer. Extra fuel
You
can
have it back
space,
there.
or you could position it over here. This one has the observation deck ladder, so you can get up on top of the trailer, watch the races, see what's going on.
So then lastly, there's spare axle rack up top. You get 2 front ends and a rear. And then I think we could move outside and look at the tire machine cabinet. So outside you got the tire machine cabinet. So Mike mounted his rotisserie on a swing arm.
Yep.
So you just store it away, and then when you're ready to use it, swing it out, cut and grind your tires, whatever you got to do. There's light inside and out to light up where the guy's working. Then you have electric and air inside to do whatever you got to do.
There's an extra thick floor in the corners of this cabinet so that you can make your tire machine have a sturdy mount to swing out from, and then work a little bit away from the trailer, and you have light to see what you're doing.
And then last but not least, storage out the front. You got your hydraulic post in the front, make it easy, unhooking and hooking up your truck. And then air compressor cabinet right here. Mount your air compressor, plug it in, close it up and forget about it.
Right here we have the switches so you can quickly hook and unhook the truck from the hitch. It's got a hydraulic ram in the middle. It makes it very fast to line up, hook the truck up, and then unhook it when you're not using it. And then you put these down for safety when you're finished.
All right, well, thanks for checking out the trailer with us. If you got any questions or you're in the market for a truck or trailer, give us a call at Capital. Thanks for Dirt Track Untold for the video, and thanks to Mike for going through this process with us.
Never got the check donuts. You want to dive and you get donuts in this car, and they're going to yell at me.
Okay, let's see how good these two are. I think what's been the best time? 22:19. 22:19 is what they got to beat. No pressure, guys.
I drank too much today.
Hold on. Guys, pause.
Not bad for an old man.
Wait, you gotta redo it. We gotta redo it. You got it. Okay. 6 seconds too slow, but not bad. Not bad, not bad. They made it to the finals? Oh, snap. Shane, Todd. You're in the finals. Hey, just so you guys know, Shane, do you know what you win? Yeah, man, let's go.
We got some time to shoot.
Go do some, hey, you start stretching.
To be laid down when you're done in the black line. If it goes
On the
outside,
black line or
in it.
So it can't be on top of the duct tape, right?
No, it has to be inside. If it's outside of it, there's a 2-second penalty. If a tire gets away from you at any point, it needs to end in there. But if it gets away from you, there's a 2-second penalty. Don't let the tire get crazy. The gun needs to be set back down in front of you when you're done. Don't mess with the settings on the gun. Watch it. If you change the settings, you're disqualified.
So if we're going over there just for fun, they did make it to the finals, but they got booted, like, right out the gate. But I do give them kudos for doing that. That's great.
So the shaft has the stud built into the shaft. So you put the yoke on and just put a nut on it. So you don't have to have the 3/8 fine thread bolt to go in there.
To go, yep.
And then, remember, we've had issues with it coming
backing
off
out,
or whatever.
Yep. And then, because they're the ones that originally came out with the lock deal.
Yeah,
you can put your 3/8 bolt in.
Now this lock's heavier duty.
Yep.
With a bigger nut. And then the shaft, they can make it out of different materials. They got the standard material that they normally make it out of, and then they have one that's 300M, which is a more expensive shaft, but it's stronger and will last longer.
Yeah.
So if you just look at like how nice the material is on that. Yeah, you could just got one on each end.
Yeah.
It's smart to make it like that. Here we have CJ Jones from the Jones Racing booth here at the Motorsports Show from Oaks, Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about this front drive setup on this 358.
We just have a 358 here on display, and it's very similar to what most of our customers are running, where we do the one-wire all-near setup, power steering pump with or without the integrated reservoir. Like I think some of your stuff has the remote reservoir where you run it inboard the car.
Yep.
And I think a couple of your cars have the integrated reservoir also.
Both work really great. It's, in my opinion, it's, on a small block it's nice and confined like this, and on a big block you can get the weight moved back to the rear of the car a little bit by having it remote.
Yep. I like the integrated also because it's right there in front of guys, and they have a habit of checking the fluid.
Yeah.
So that's nice too.
Yeah.
Because when it's up in the cockpit, sometimes it gets forgotten about, and it's nice when guys are able to keep a track.
Pretty
on the
easy
fluid.
plumbing too. One less line.
Yes. Yeah. It gets rid of the dash 10 line because all it's integrated right, from the tank to the pump.
Yep.
And then just one of our belt-driven fuel pumps, like I know you run on some of your big blocks.
Yep.
One of our standard 358 style kits, whether it be dirt legal 358 or Pennsylvania, New Jersey spec, but this is one of our most popular kits.
What I like about this pump is it gets it away from the engine, keeps the fuel cool, and consistent fuel pressure.
Definitely. And that's one thing a lot of customers make a comment on is after they switch to the belt-driven fuel pumps, they feel like restarts are a lot crisper. I think a lot of that is because we're not saturating that heat into the fuel. That's one thing I know her dad was really big on is making sure that, we had heat wrap on all the fuel lines and keeping the fuel cool, and that still holds true. Anytime we can get a fuel cooler delivery, it's going to free up some horsepower.
Mm-hmm. Tell us about these different types of belts.
On this style setup here, not knowing what particular fan a customer is going to run, we would stick more toward the serpentine setup, crank the water pump and crank the power steering. And that way they'd be able to run a 4 or 5 or 6 blade fan, whether it be the race fan style like we sell or even the heavier steel fan like some guys still opt to run. The serpentine belt will handle that all day long without issue. And then of course we'll run the low drag style radius tooth belt on the alternator and the fuel pump. because we don't want any slip on either one of those, obviously. And then with less belt tension, it's a lot easier on the bearings. So anytime we can alleviate stress on either one of those pumps, that's what we choose to do.
So one thing that a lot of our engine builders prefer about Jones Racing products is you can get this whole kit as a package.
Correct.
It comes with complete instructions on how to install it correctly. All the spacing is laid out so it's easy to bolt on. And it's something that when you get these pieces separately is time consuming to align everything. It's very important that you double check that, maybe take a straight edge across your pulleys and make sure that there's perfect alignment so that one of your belts isn't going to jump off of the pulley and cause an issue during a race.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. And one thing we do with all our product line is we make sure the front flange thickness on all the pulleys are the same. So you can do just like Mike said, just simple as putting a straight edge from pulley to pulley and make sure they're in line, that way you won't have any issues moving forward. So that's 100% right. And as far as our kits go, we do sell a complete kit where we come with everything the customer needs, just bolt it right on the engine. But we do a lot of retrofits to where a customer would already have a power steering pump or an alternator or even a fuel pump, that we just fill in the gaps of the pulleys they need. So it's not they have to buy a whole kit, but buying a whole kit, they get everything they need and it's all pre-assembled in the box and bolts right on. So it is a huge time saver.
And if you have something different and you need spacing, they make the spacers and the bolts, and they have everything that you need to bolt on the front of the engine.
Yeah.
Just to make it simple, it's a one-stop shop.
We try to, and most of our customers have a good grasp on what type of setup they're looking for. But our tech guys there that answer the phone are really good about asking the important questions like, are you running a water pump spacers, and if so, how thick? And like down here in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, we can run a crank trigger. So that's another thing, customers will ask, like this engine here is set up for down here, so it'll have the crank trigger rather than the 358 dirt legal, it doesn't. And that'll all affect the spacing. So that's one of those questions that gets asked a lot by our guys when we get a phone call. They make sure the customer gets the right kit to make sure the alignment and everything's right.
How about belt tension? The difference between the serpentine and the radius tooth belt take different belt tension,
They
right?
do, they do. So your belt tension is predetermined from crank to water pump because there's no adjustment there. So we own the right molds for all the belts, and of course we make the pulleys the correct size for not only the speed and the ratio, but also the belt tension. So your belt tension on a serpentine is going to be right around 80 pounds, where like a conventional V-belt like guys were used to using in the past was about 120. So a whole lot less than that in order to keep everything from slipping. But then your radius tooth, it's nice and relaxed. And like we were talking about earlier, it's a lot easier on those components to spin when the belts are relaxed like that.
Yeah, and one thing I like about these radius tooth belts is when you keep them at that nice relaxed tension, it's easy on the pulley teeth, they last a long time, and it's low drag.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, we do a whole setup like for the crate guys that's all radius tooth, and when they use the lightweight fan, we'll go radius tooth from crank to water pump and power steering, and of course the alternator, and it really frees up a lot of horsepower. Just like you said, it's no drag.
It's a really well thought out product that everybody can switch to or kind of combine with what they have.
Right.
Awesome stuff.
And this time of year it's nice too because a lot of customers will be sending back items for pre-maintenance checks. Like I know you do that a lot with us. You'll send back an alternator or a power steering pump and try to stay on top of all your equipment to make sure it's fresh and ready to go for the next season. And that's a service we offer to all our customers, and a lot of times that's at no charge, especially like our power steering pumps. We suggest they come back at least once a season for us to check them. Everything we do is serial numbered, so we're able to see how it performed the day it left when it was brand new and compare those results after you've run it for a season or so. It's like power steering pumps. If a guy's using our power steering fluid, our synthetic fluid, we'll go ahead and go through that pump and dyno test it again, make sure it's tip-top shape. And most of the time there's no charge to that because we appreciate guys running our fluid, and we know with that fluid, the pump's gonna last. And then same thing with the fuel pumps. Once a season, it's really good to take a look at those. Trying to keep everything clean, there's a lot of harsh chemicals that are used in trying to clean the cars. So if we can stay on top of the maintenance on everything, the alternator bearings, the power steering seals, fuel pump seals, everything's gonna be a lot more reliable. So that's what we try to do.
There you go. So don't forget about the front end of your engine.
Right.
If you check out Jones Racing Products catalog, it's really detailed, has excellent diagrams of what all of these components are, what their part numbers are, so it's easy to call up and order.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Good to see you guys.
You too.
You want to win a candy.
Get Papa. Hey, get your foot back in there.
Grandpa wants to see you.
You think that'll fit your juice box?
Here you go. We're camping now.
Okay, we're warming up. We'll see.
It's nice to get a bunch of those guys in here.
We've got this cute lady at Pitside Apparel. Excuse me, miss. Hi. Oh, that's so cute. Yes. Super cute.
I'm Chad Cathell, new general manager at Georgetown Speedway. Excited to meet up with you, Mandee, and go over some of the exciting things we got coming to Georgetown this year. We're really excited about our May 13th Super Dirt Car Series coming back to Georgetown for the first time since 2008. So different style of modified racing will be coming back to the first state, and really excited to see some of the stars with the Super Dirt Car Series. A lot of familiar names with, you know, Shepard and the whole group there, but with a little different motor setup, it should be fun. And also, you know, a lot of great things going on. Adding some clay to the track. Jamie Friesen will be back to help, you know, keep the surface at the great level that it's been the last half of last year and then going into this year. And, you know, really excited with Ken and what he's doing with the upgrades with, you know, the new timing and scoring tower that'll be going in. We met last week and whatever plans for that, and adding a new VIP suite should come sometime in the middle or so of the year, but at the latest. And just trying to add to the fan experience. And we'll have our August 22nd, our fan appreciation night. It's gonna be like a $10 entry to get in, and we've already got a lot of great things lined up. So great things coming to Georgetown this year, and we're excited to welcome everybody back in 2025.
Yeah, they just come out with it. It's plastic. Feel it. It's plastic.
Why?
So then when you get hit, it crumbles back out. And the memory brings it back to where it is, so you don't have to straighten it out.
But is the flex too much on it?
I've never ran it. It's all the late model guys run.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, unless it grabs more air.
That's what I'm wondering.
Do you think because if it'll open up this way?
That's what I'm wondering. All right, you want to explain it? So the theory of it is, right, so late models run your plastic. So on a plastic door, what happens is when it's got memory. So when it comes back, right, it springs back to the position. The whole theory is it won't get bent. So sheet metal's a pain in the butt. You got to straighten all the time. We're hoping with this, we can eliminate some of the straightening and take some of that out. That's why it's built the way it is. So it's like this stuff down here, but on your body. So hopefully it's a little bit better. Last year, and then this is the first year it's really legal. So we're gonna give it a shot and ask me mid-year if it works out.
So we saved the best news for last. We're having a baby. And if you guys listen, I'm trying to figure out how we're gonna navigate all this. But if it does interest you, and you can like bow down, you're chopping your head, you're chopping your head off a little bit. If it does interest you, we can totally take you along this whole new journey that we're gonna be on. If that does interest you, let us know in the comments. And
if it doesn't interest you,
you're probably gonna get it
whether you like it or not.
He knows me so well. Well, thank you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the weekend here at the Motorsports Show, learned a few things, and we'll be in Atlantic City next weekend. So we'll catch you guys later.